Hi, my name is Tammy. Welcome to the Hack Your App course, the course that takes you from idea to full business in just 30 days. In this course, you'll be learning all the knowledge, all the tools, all the guides you need to help you launch your startup, your website, your app, basically any tech-enabled business that you want to start. So, before we go on, let me tell you a little bit about me. My name is Tammy, and I've worked in the tech space for about 16 years now. I've worked in everything from major conglomerates to small startups to e-commerce to travel to consulting. And in that time, I've learned so much about taking your idea and turning it into a real business. And I just feel like there's so much potential locked in people that doesn't come out because they don't necessarily have the tools and things they need to guide them to create a business and to create wealth for themselves. So if you're interested in learning all those tools, then follow along with me in this course. So let's go ahead and think about what we'll be learning in this course. So the first thing we're going to learn is, what is a startup anyway? We're going to talk about the characteristics of startups and how to know if your idea is a startup, right? Then we're going to go about learning about how to validate your idea, how to take your idea and kind of test it out on paper to see if it actually makes sense. Then we're going to go and test it in the real world. We'll figure out the tools and techniques that we can use to test this idea in the real world with actual customers, so we start getting feedback on some of the assumptions that we made in our validation phase. Then we're going to talk about how you actually build a real product, right? Like, how do you build your app? How do you build your website? How do you do all these things that some people may seem very technical and complicated, but I'm going to show you some easy tips and tools that you can use to build something gorgeous, something workable that you can put in the hands of customers. Then we're going to talk about how you grow. I'm going to show you techniques to get paying customers for your finished products. Like, how do you go from 1 customer to 5 to 10 to 25 to 100 to 1,000 to hopefully even 1,000,000. The last thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about measuring. So you can't improve what you don't measure, but it's also really easy to get overwhelmed with like all the different information and tracking tools and figuring out what you should track. So in that particular model, we're going to be learning about how to create a measurement plan and how to figure out what you should actually be tracking to ensure your success. Okay? So how can you get the most out of this course, right? So the first thing you're going to want to do is take notes. Have a pen and paper, your iPad, like whatever you need to take notes. Have it handy, because the slides themselves are going to be pretty sparse and pretty like empty and focused to the point, but I'll be explaining a lot of the things you need to know. So it helps if you can take a few notes to like remember some key phrases that you can use to learn with, right? So also, in addition, writing helps your memory, scientifically proven to help your memory. So if you're taking notes, you're going to remember more. The next thing is do the homework. So throughout the course, we'll be having different exercises, and I'll be showing you examples, but it really helps if you take the idea you have or even make up one to kind of do the homework and walk through. This will flex that muscle of how to actually do these things, and you'll remember more. The next thing is make sure you ask for help. I'm always available by email, and my email is tammy@sitebuilder.com.ng. It may take me a day or two to respond because I get a lot of emails, but I definitely respond to all my emails. So ask me for help. You can also be part of a forum that I'm starting up so people can bounce ideas off each other. So if you want access to that forum, just send me an email and I'll respond and say, hey, here's a link to the forum. You can join up. The last thing is, don't forget to have fun. Starting your business should be fun. Think of how passionate you were when the idea first hit you. Bring that same passion into the course. Use it to do the homework. We're going to go from idea to full-fledged business, and it should be exciting. Terrifying, but exciting. So, okay, I think that's it for the introduction. Let's get started.